everyone, and welcome to Diary of a Noob Raid Leader. My name is Neri, and I am your resident noob for this week's episode. So, I took my guild into Mogushan Vaults last week, and it was my second experience ever leading a raid. The good news, I only had to drink 2 beers to get through it. That's pretty impressive. Mind you, that is over 2 hours, so some may consider that a bit too much, but... So we headed on in there. I run relaxed raids because I know my skill's not fantastic, and I don't want people who are new to raiding to sort of get thrown into that kind of environment where it's like, G-kick, gone, don't want you anymore. No, I'm trying to run a really nice, relaxed, fun environment that's just super casual. We only run once a fortnight for 2 hours because that's about all I'm capable of dealing with at the moment. Don't get me wrong, it's not like we just rock up in there and we're like, hey, let's just lie dead on the floor and stone guard's feet for 2 hours. No. We do have standards, so basic 460 eye level, gems, enchants, blah, blah, blah. Our group, the first time we went, which was probably 3 weeks ago now because I've been so late to record this, but first time we went about 3 weeks ago, and it was pretty bad. The tanks eventually got the hang of taunting, but our DPS was very low and we were idiots and we stood in lots of bad stuff. So we did one really good attempt where everyone did what they were supposed to, and us healers healed our little hearts out, but we hit Enrage Timer and died. But this week was different. This week we actually got a kill, but we had to work pretty damn hard to get there. So I logged in about an hour before raid starts, checked the calendar, and I'm like, yes, I have 4 tanks available at my disposal for this raid. This is going to be amazing. It's going to be easy mode. Gets to 5 minutes before I'm sending out invites. I've done the old armory people, check that they're gemmed, enchanted, blah, blah, blah. And there's only three tanks for online that were ready to go. The first one I armoried and he had no enchants. So unfortunately I let him know that I was putting him on the sub list because, you know, I expected effort to be made, and he didn't like that very much, so we logged off. Tank logged in, and he logged in about 2 minutes before raid time. The third tank was working from home, so he wasn't really available, but he logged in to listen and offer support and stuff like that. And the final tank just went along in. Anyway, our progression raid team, because our guild runs 2 raid groups, progression raid team wasn't running last week, so we snabbled up one of their progression tanks. So I had my usual tank and I had one of their tanks, and I was like, yep, I have a really good feeling about this. You know, we mastered it a fortnight ago, the tank taunting, and yep, we might have a new guy here, but he's from the main group. This is going to be no issue at all. Unfortunately, famous last words, our usual tank wasn't really feeling 100%. He wasn't really focusing as much as he could, and so he decided to leave us after, I think, a 3rd attempt. So I'm down a tank. No worries. The guy that was working from home was listening in, and he's like, yep, I'll come in and I'll help out. I'm like, hell yes, even better. I now have 2 of the progression tanks. They do this stuff with their eyes closed. It's going to be easy. It's not going to be a tank issue that wipes us. No, not a tank issue. It'll be healers. It'll be me, probably. Sure enough, we charge in for the pool. Taunt, please. Taunt, please. Yeah, our bear's just running on the spot. He DC'd. So we tried that a few times, and yep, sure enough, when we pull, he DC. So I'm like, wow, I had something like 4 tanks at my disposal, and I've only got one that's actually here and online and can actually pull. Oh, shit. Thankfully, one of the healers, though, he had a bear ult, and so we replaced the bear with a bear. We had one attempt, we wiped, and then the other bear, it's getting confusing. The other bear came back, and he's like, oh, I think my internet's good now. You know, I'll try again. So we got rid of the other bear, tried him, and sure enough, he's just running on the spot once he's zoned in. So lots of time wasted just with issues. We like to call it the Concur Curse. Anyway, Concur Curse, we finally give up on old matey, and We get in there, and I think second attempt we got our group first stone guard kill. Woo! Pumped. It was a really good feeling. I made them even stand up and take tacky screenshots, which you can see on the Neri Approves Facebook page, and it was great. I was really thrilled to actually have a kill in our second week of raiding. I'm stoked. I've known other groups that are still banging their heads against Stone Guardians, so really, really good. Moved on to Fang the Accursed, because I think we still had about 40 minutes left at this rate. Yes, we wasted that much time with tanks. So about 40 minutes left of raid. Two-shot. We two-shot Fang. I mean, once people knew that when wildfires, I knew to run out of the group. It was really good. It was very well done. And because we had 2 experienced tanks running the group, running it as well, there was no issues with, oh, if I spam the macro, it cancels the channel. We had none of that. Don't hit you. We just had no positioning issues whatsoever. Everyone was fantastic running in for Arcane Velocity and moving out again for Arcane Resonance, and we killed it. I was blown away. So after that, we moved on to Garajal the Spirit Binder. If you are a raid leader and you are not running the add-on called Garajal Announce, I implore you to stop what you're doing right now, go over to wow.curse.com and get that bad boy, because it makes your life a dream. If you're familiar with the fight, people have to go into the spirit realm, DPS have to kill these masks, and healers have to heal them up to full so they can get the little button to pop up to get out of the spirit realm before they die, basically. This add-on manages it all for you. So, okay, healer with lowest mana should go in, because mana regens really fast in the spirit realm. So, you know, healer in. You, DPS, you don't have the buff, because DPS get a buff when they go into the spirit realm and kill their things. It boosts their DPS, because it is a DPS race. I will send a hybrid in as a backup in case the healer, for whatever reason, explodes or doesn't make it or something like that. So it's amazing. It really took the complexity out of that fight, and I'm impressed Blizzard allow it, because it really is just free loot. Now, unfortunately for us, we only had 2 attempts, and we got to about 50% before we started to get overwhelmed with masks. So definitely a DPS issue, but we've got a fortnight to step away and really work on that. So I'm very, very happy. I know there are probably more hardcore people who are like, 2 bosses? Are you shitting me? Lame! But that is a really fantastic effort for a bunch of scrubs. Cute. But anyway, so long story short, it was a fantastic raid night. I was really, really happy with everyone's performance. Everyone did what they were told. They behaved admirably. DPS did their DPS things. Healers healed shit. Tanks, when they stopped DCing or exploding, they were impeccable. So I was really happy. Really happy. And I'm looking forward to next week's casual raid. I really am. Yep. I had some footage. I had actually recorded footage, so it wasn't just going to be a vlog of me literally staring at the camera and talking. But I've already had to record this twice. My laptop apparently hates recording, and then the few recordings that I did get was in the wrong format, and Adobe's just like, nope, not going to register that. Sorry. So, sorry, it's a little bit boring this week. I'll try and spice it up for next week. But thank you very much for watching, and until next time, happy hunting.